Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I'm going to do the 12 star signs of the square table today. What's wrong with the voice? I've done a lot of talking yesterday. I do apologise if you are waiting for, I think we're on chapter 8, are we? Of the monk who sold his Ferrari. That chapter is 50 pages long. And I found myself kind of with 6 people, ended up helping or talking to 6 people yesterday. That was unexpected, so I was kind of like all talked out. So when I saw it was 50 chapters, Lucy, wow, it looked like a book in itself. It was like, I was zonked, guys. So I will, and that's going to take a while to upload on my phone, so I need to try and get that recorded today. But let's do, why not whilst we're in the flow? Okay. Look, I can do 12. So I've done half of that yesterday. Okay, reading 6 people's stories. Okay, right. Let's just do the reading. Okay, I'm going to pull the cards straight away. I'm going to give you all 3 cards each. I will start with Aries, end with Pisces, but when it comes to actually reading the cards, we're going to start with Gemini. Happy birthday, Gemini. Okay. Aries, you got 4 cards, and I can see the first card. Taurus. It's a beautiful day out there. I did contemplate, I've been out and about, I did contemplate doing a reading outside. It was like, I'm not sure that the equipment will take the heat. It's hot out there. Okay, Cancer. And I thought, no, it's quite nice and, well, it's cooler in here. Cooler. The Kool-Aid. Okay. Leo, 1, 2, 3. And look, Mr. Maintenance Guy was on his way. That went through my mind as well. But I bet the lawnmower would be on its way. Who's next? After Leo, Virgo. Libra. Well, you put down 2 cards and it felt like once, and I felt like the scales were balancing. It felt like perfect for your sign, Libra. Scorpio. It's 11:30 on the dot. Sagittarius. I was singing the Diet Coke advert. I don't want you to be no slave. I don't want you to work all day. That was with Scorpio's energy. But I want you to be true. And I just want to make love to you. Love to you. Ooh. Sagittarius. Whoop. Got a bit hot now. Okay, Capricorn. And I can tell by the way you talk that talk. And I will know by the way you walk that walk. Okay, I don't really know the words to it, just bits and bobs of it. Bits and bobs, Capricorn. Now let's go to Aquarius. I think I need a cold drink rather than a hot cup of coffee, but hey. I actually, I think I've heard somewhere that instead of having a cold drink to cool you down, you should have a hot drink. Well, let's go with that theory. Pisces. Now, Pisces, I've seen your cards. Well, look, let me show you, because the fish in the cup always takes me to Pisces. And Aries has that. So we could actually, that's interesting, because four cards came out for Aries. And I thought, I wonder if this is kind of like a general theme of the energy for all of us. So we can take it like that. Seeing as we're ending with Pisces and we're starting with you. Let's say love. Okay. Let's have some cards. There we have it. We have all the cards that we're needing. Looking at the bottom of the deck. King of Cups. The energy of Scorpio. Look at the fish. By his tail. We'll read about the King of Cups. Don't get it confused with the Knight. I'm not going to. You are in control of your emotions and have the maturity to feel your feelings without allowing them to get the better of you. You balance the head and the heart perfectly and are the master of your inner and outer worlds. That's good to hear. For the Divine Masculine's energy here. Okay. You're transformed. Let's look at the Page of Cups. A new creative idea or opportunity has come to you out of the blue. I feel that's out of the Dark Knight. The Death card of Scorpio here. That's about transformation. You are filled with dreamy aspirations about what is possible. You may receive an unexpected pleasant surprise. And I feel like this is you on the tail of the Divine Masculine here. Okay, what's he sending out? He's sending out a boat. Not a message in a bottle, it's more than that. Okay. It's got sails. It's got sails. So it's got value. The message that's sent out, it feels via the masculine. The Divine Feminine will be receiving this. It's nearly there. It's like you've got the message, so you've got the fish in the cup, so you're feeling all dreamy and hopeful and optimistic, and you know something's on its way. It's like one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. We have the Divine Masculine here. It's like it's going to come back around to Aries, which is the Divine Masculine's energy. But at the moment, you both kind of have your backs to each other. That's a little wasp that's decided to come in. A wasp to me suggests like a karmic energy. Now, should I go and assist the little one out? I think maybe I need to. Politely. I was just making sure that he hadn't gone, or she hadn't gone, on her own accord. Hey, little one. Go on. Right. Let's look at these cards. We're going to start with Gemini. I've got the affirmators as well. Just to bring together each story. Gemini, not Aries. Gemini, let's have a look at what's going on. You've got the Ten of Pentacles, very nice. You've got the Knight of Wands, and you've got the Six of Wands. Again, this is very much pointing out that the Divine Feminines, I believe it's all going to come in with what's going on with the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energy. Okay, this is the legacy that you're actually getting to experience now. It's not that you've already taken the offer. Okay, so acceptance of the offer. And now it feels like there's introductions. Feels like this gentleman here, he's meeting like this dog, and then this little chappy here, and then this lady here in the tree, and into like this world of wealth. Okay. I do feel like it's the masculine joining this, rather than the feminine, rather than this whole group joining. I feel like the masculine's actually coming in. You can see here the Knight of Wands. Let's talk about he's the horses, not his. Well, actually, I'm not going to look at his legs. Let's look at the horse's legs, because they're of two different colours. So, which really takes me to equality. Okay. About equality and diversity. The diversity of our world. Anyway, this knight's coming in. And again, the divine feminine's energy here, it's not that she's focusing on this. Yes, she's optimistic. Yes, she's hopeful. She knows something good's coming. But there's the detachment to it that she's still, onward Christian soldiers. She's, again, they're back to back. Interesting. But they're like facing different directions. So it's just a matter of them turning around, and it's like they're going to be looking at each other like squarely in the face. Okay, but I feel the energy here of the divine feminine. She's going after her... no, she's not going after it. She's fulfilling her legacy now. She's already in it. Okay. You got to be in it to win it. And that's why I feel like the divine masculine is going to come in to this situation. It's the card of the Lovers. Okay, I did feel like with the... I saw the Justice card, kind of, the Justice position of Libra. Maybe the Justice card's in there. But 2 cards dropped, and it felt like the scales were balancing out. And that will be just like with the yin-yang being like so close together, and they just need to make a slight manoeuvre and they're slot into place. Okay, but they're so close. Let's get one of these cards. I felt like it was only fair that the divine masculine knows that he needs to do his part. So it was about meeting you halfway, divine feminine. I feel like he's there. He's prepared to. He's accepted that he needs to meet you halfway. That's when equality and diversity will come in. Okay. Let's get an affirmator for you, Gemini. No need to do. Okay. So this is the energy of you're both standing you're sitting tall, which means that you're going with the flow. It's like your horses are joined here, back to back. So I'm feeling as if as the divine feminine pulls in this direction, it's like you're pulling the divine masculine with you, and as he pulls in this direction, he's pulling the divine feminine with him. Well, there's no need to do, because you've got this way or that way, and this is the energy that the Lovers are in. Okay. I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. So I'm exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I am already here. I take a deep breath, relax and trust, and then do laundry, which is what I will be doing afterwards. I just thought I'd save us the expense of the washing machine in the background. But it's a beautiful day. Got so much laundry done this weekend. Beautiful? Beautiful. Understand? You understand. Okay. It's just about turning around, look. That was interesting. Cancer. Let's have a look at your cards. Come here. Don't want to be read. Ten of Swords. Okay, this is the energy of... you will go from this, and let's have a look at because I noticed the sun in the back of the Knight of Wands, back of his head. So let's try and put this together, because we have Cancer, feeling a masculine energy here, being pinned down. Now, the Four of Swords that are a different colour here would mean that you are resting and relaxing. There's no need to do, okay? But this needs to have some kind of acceptance, and you need to be happy about it, because this knight is happy with his acceptance. He's feeling more positive, more chirpy, cheerful. He's standing strong, and that's a position that the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine need to be in, this state of optimism, singly. But you're not single, are you? So you're both in the same energy. You're sharing the same frequency. Now, what I want to say now is, and that's because this, look, his flames are light, okay? Even the horse sounds like flames. Chariots of fire here. No need to do, but know that you're going in the right direction. You're just going with the flow. Now, this card represents that you can no longer travel the path that you once did. So you're fighting against it. You'll be pinned down here until you actually see the opportunity. Okay. You will not be able to draw in your Divine Feminine on a vibrational level like this, because, well, the only way you can draw her in is if she was to scoop back down to this level of hopelessness, and then you might be in vibrational alignment, but it's not divine love. There's still a lot of healing to be done. So you don't, Megan and Jamie kind of come into their union after their separation with a lot of healing to still be done in this energy. Whatever healing you can do alone is more beneficial for you both, rather than the torture of seeing each other struggle. Okay. So that's why it's best just to focus on your own vibration, and you don't really want to drop to this sorrow state to actually draw your masculine in, because you're going to have a lot of work to do when it comes to actually inner child. Okay, inner child healing. Let's have a look at what else is going on here with you, Cancer. Yeah, the balancing. So you have to be balanced in your feminine, masculine energy to even be able to take that trip up to your kingdom. Okay, so you're at a good point, because you can no longer go back down the road that you've been travelling. Okay, you've got swords all in your back. The Four of Swords takes me to resting and healing and rejuvenating. That's what you need to do. And then we encounter temperance, where we balance our masculine, feminine in energy within ourselves. Okay, which you can tell by the root chakra symbol, and then we have the energy of the feminine here and the masculine just up there. And we have the blending of the two cups. Now, this is something that you need to, as you can see, you need to dip your toes into this water. It's a cleansing water. So connect with water. There's guidance here for Cancer. And then Page of Wands. Now, this is the angel here who will help you. As soon as you're down, they will help you to be able to get back up. Now, you're actually rising here with passion. Okay, that's the energy that you really need. It's an optimistic energy. I feel like reading these cards for Cancer. Let's have a look. A Ten of Swords. You are experiencing a traumatic or sudden ending that is tearing you apart. But on the positive side, this ending is creating the space for new opportunities to emerge. Then we go to Temperance. You are discovering how to balance. You are discovering how to create balance and harmony in your life. You find alignment and a sense of peace with your external surroundings. Then we go to the Page of Wands. You are a free spirit. That's what we're looking for. Free spirits. You are a free spirit with a passion for life. You are filled with new ideas, giving you a feeling of creative restlessness. You feel a strong pull towards using these ideas to start a new phase of life. A spiritual path may be calling you. Well, if you're a free spirit, it most definitely will do. We like the free-spirited ones. That's interesting. Let's get you an affirmator. Authenticity. That's the name of the game. Right. Authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I will feel it. Whoever needs to be said, whatever needs to be said, I will say it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it, but at least they know it because I've said it, and that's better than leaving a passive-aggressive note about it. Interesting. So now it's taking me back to this message in a bottle. This isn't going to be a passive-aggressive note, okay, that you receive, I feel. There's a frustration here from the Divine Masculine. He knows that change is upon him, okay? So whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it. So he's been wondering about his words. What are the right words to say? You don't need to concern yourself with that. When the timing's right, the Divine will speak through you. Okay, so whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it. Take a breath. But at least they know it, because I've said it, and that's way better than leaving a passive-aggressive note about it. So this masculine here, he's more mature when it comes to expressing his emotions, and he would rather the Divine Feminine heard from him. I said it would be a message of value. The last reading that I'd done, I believe it said about the Divine Masculine doesn't want any conflict anymore. It's done. Okay. Should we move on to Leo? Let's move on to Leo. Knight of Pentacles. A balanced knight who would make this offer. Okay, he's thought long and hard about it. So this is a stable knight. It's like he's got his right thinking cap on. So I feel like he's using the right side of the brain. I don't really know what that represents. I can look. I can. What is a right brain person like? Well, everyone uses both sides of their brains in work and in life, in brackets. Okay, so in work seems to be the most prominent area. Well, everyone uses both sides of their brains in work and in life. People who think of themselves as right brain tend to be creative, emotional and intuitive. They are more likely an imaginative and innovative thinker and are often drawn to fields where they can express themselves freely and help others. Okay, so you can see the pool here where they're drawn to help others. So Leo, let's have a look. Nice balanced energy. Very balanced. Look, the Six of Pentacles. So the masculine's balanced here. It's like Lady Justice is balanced as well. This is the Divine Feminine's energy. Okay, I feel like they're sharing here. Look how their hands are crossing over. Okay. I feel like the feminines have adopted, like, love is love. There's definitely a love for the Divine Feminines as a whole here. It's like the masculine's coming in. Interesting. The pentacle that the feminine's holding is the same colour as the pentacle the masculine will be offering. Don't clench your fists. I felt my hands clenching up. My palms going a bit sweaty. Okay. So you can see that there is going to be an offering here for a balanced Divine Feminine. She's not begging. I'm not saying that these two are, but they are looking at this feminine for maybe, I don't know, this pentacle. It drops into their hands. This could be the ripple effect. You have two balanced individuals, okay, that come together, and the ripple effect. So it's kind of like once this knight drops his pentacle into, as you can see, the Six of Pentacles here, with the scales of justice, so meeting the Divine Feminine halfway, the ripple effects happens across the lands, guys. It's like it ripples out across to all those that are worthy. You've got to believe that you're worthy of this, though. It's an acceptance of the position. And then we have the Eight of Cups. That's the masculine. He has all his life kind of balanced in order. You can see the sun and the moon here together. And then he's coming towards the Two of Cups. He's found himself. And now he's on his way to you, Divine Feminine. Affirmators. So a very beautiful healing energy here under the sign of Leo. Balancing out the masculine and feminine energies as a collective. It's like for all those that are due. Generosity. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. So this is talking about what wave you're coming in on. There's actually a big key point here there's a certain couple coming to union and it will ripple. It's like the 100th monkey theory. And it's like if the masculine here doesn't meet the feminine halfway, he kind of stops that collective from coming into union at this time. So I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. So it doesn't matter anymore, like as in what the Divine Masculine has to bring forth. He's bringing forth a pentacle. This is kind of like the acceptance of the legacy. I know there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. He's not stopping the flow. Okay, let's go to Virgo. Well, he's not stopping the flow anymore. Let's look at Virgo's energy. Normally he's not even contemplating the cup. He just needs to unfold his arms here, this masculine, so that he can accept it. The 3 cups here are standing, they make up part of this. So it feels like it was them final 3 cups there that he had to deal with, but they're the last to kind of be put on top of this tower. It's not going to tumble, it's not really high enough. So he's kind of dealt with all the towers now. Everything's in alignment, including these 3 cups. They were the last 3 to sort out. Don't know what's happening with my voice. And then there's this offer of this cup that now he's looking at. He's sitting under that tree of wisdom now. Okay. This is the card of deceit and envy, but it's actually of someone who's escaping a deceitful place. Okay. They might feel like it's all been a bit sneaky, what he's done. And I feel like it's just the energy of allowing it all to unfold. But this is the time for action. He's gathered up his swords, so he has 5 swords, which are the surrender swords, okay? It's kind of like after a long time, you realise if I carry on behaving this way, it's just really out of intimidation, apparently. He was intimidated. I feel like he could have been intimidated by the Divine Feminine's power. So rather than being intimidated by it, he's surrendered into it. The 2 swords here represents trust in your intuition. So you can put it with the High Priestess, or you can put it with the 2 of Swords. But it's about going within and following divine guidance. And normally it's the feminine's energy. So I said that it felt like the feminine has his back. They're back to back. Okay, they're back to back. What's he looking at? Should we have a look? What's behind those 2 of Swords? I feel like he's leaving a position. Behind him is the actual King of Pentacles here. So his old life. Because he's transforming into the King of Cups. So it's not really much about focusing on work all the time. So using both sides of the brain. That's what it said, is that most of us use both sides of the brains when it comes to work or life in general. But this is about focusing on the right side of the brain and being very creative. Okay. Let's have a look, Virgo, what affirmator wants to come out. Playfulness. It's a nice energy. I am a playful participant in life. I am that I am. I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. This is what he's having a look at now. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady really knows how to party. What's behind the Divine Masculine? The fun-loving energy of the Divine Feminine. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's what you use when you don't have a word to explain what it is. It's just supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay. Should we put Mary Poppins away? Never! It's what an awesome role model, Mary Poppins. Libra. Okay, let's have a look at your cards. Wow. Resurrection, 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. What's this energy here? You've actually transformed Divine Feminine. This part is speaking about you. So it's to do with your balancing act that's actually kind of, it feels like it's made the Divine Masculine like attach onto your energy even more. Okay, helping him with the resurrection here. An offer. It's definitely for the king. You're already in your garden. We're taking to the king is in his counting house, counting out his money. The maid is in the garden, is she? Or the queen is in the garden, eating bread and honey. No, she's in, where is she? I don't know where she is. Anyway, she's in the garden, a maid. Interesting. I feel like this is a match made in heaven, but can we go back to, what was we singing to Scorpio? We were singing, I don't want you to be no slave. I don't want you to work all day. And this is about the Divine Feminine growing up. Wanting her Divine Masculines just to be true. Okay. And really, for him to allow her to make love to him. Okay, to love him. Big thing with the masculines, actually allowing themselves to be loved by the Divine Feminine. Very overwhelming, very foreign, because there's a foreign energy here. So he's kind of been used to this energy. Okay, now Divine Feminine, you're divine, but you're holding back your sword. So this isn't your sword of resurrection. This is about you standing in your beautiful garden. You're not trapping anyone. Looks like a bird cage now. There's no bird in there. You're not looking to trap anybody. You're just tending to yourself and your own transformation. Looks like there are butterflies all flying out of that bush here. And you're looking over your shoulder here because you work hard. You've worked hard to achieve your status. Okay, so be where you are standing now. And that's nothing to do with the outside world. That's will be reflected. That's to do with your inner world. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles, but it looks very much like the Divine Feminine's card, the 9 of Pentacles. We've got the 5 of Swords, which is the card of surrender. And this is you no longer comparing yourself with others. There's no need to fight anymore. You're very contented with who you are. Now that that's occurred, it seems that this resurrection comes from, well, you can see it's been growing itself. Once this crown just kind of like, it's nearly there, look. So we're right at the tip of something here. You're not in competition with anyone, Divine Feminine. You are the Divine Feminine. 5 of Swords. Okay. Let's get an affirmator. It feels like you're authentic and this other person's quite fake. The reason I say fake is you can see two different like colours in her hair. I'm not saying that you shouldn't dye your hair, but it just pointed out a fakeness compared to like a naturalness. Okay, you got two cards here. Inspiration. So as you are progressing and acting more mature, you've rested here, the Four of Swords. You've got your sword of resurrection, which you're keeping to yourself. Okay, so this isn't a sword to fight with. This is just your strength, your inner strength that you've reclaimed. This one doesn't have it. She doesn't have it within her. But what's happened is it's transmuted. We just dropped that card. It's transmuted into the masculine's energy because now we have inspiration in the masculine's mind. So he's hearing your thoughts. There is a voice of inspiration within me. I don't feel it's from this energy that's turned itself in reverse. The inspiration is coming from you, Divine Feminine. Right now it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. This feels like actually you could be drip feeding. Without you knowing it, actually you're telling your Divine Masculine how to like talk to you. Okay. What does he need to say? Because there's something about verse in here. What to say. Scorpio. Oh no, we've got another card, sorry, for Libra. Get centered. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of a favorite animal, holding a magical item, floating through space on a piece of furniture. This is you, Divine Feminine. This is what you do. You bring yourself back to center. So I feel like you've become so much more solution orientated rather than focusing on the problem. Okay. It feels like the only person really you're in competition with is yourself to improve yourself every day. A commitment to you being a better version of yourself each and every day that you can possibly be. Bringing yourself back to centre. Calmness. Okay. Well, that's what the scowls, Libra, suggested, was that even if you wobble, you can bring yourself back into your own zone quite easily. Scorpio, let's have a look. Let's have a drink first. You've got the Nine of Pentacles here, Divine Feminine's card. Then you've got the Four of Pentacles with the Divine Feminine here. Then you've got the Queen of Cups. Okay, this is you transforming into Scorpios. This is for a feminine who's transforming into Scorpio's energy. You will be his counterpart. So you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is the Divine Feminine's card. I'll show you him in a moment. Okay. This is the Divine Feminine who's independent. Now she's actually focusing on... first of all, I felt like it was a bit of a juggling, balancing act. She's working in a few different areas of her life. Away from home. Okay, she's got like two pentacles here. She's got a pentacle here, a pentacle up here. So she's got many areas of income stream coming in. Okay. It's a nice energy here, actually, because it feels like she's just full of abundance. She's actually looking down, so it's like, oh, okay, her abundance is her love for the Divine Feminine here. It's a really nice energy. It's like all these grapes seem to have like a crown on them. And then I feel that she's helping people. Look, it's just the crown on the bottom of the pentacle here rather than the crown on the top of the grape. So she's helping to turn around people's lives. This will then transform her into the Queen of Cups, which is, although she's not focusing on that, she's just focusing on being the Queen of Cups. It makes sense. You focus on being the Queen of Cups and you will attract in the King of Cups. Again, you're back to back. But again, the masculine has to be happy about this. Hence why the Divine Feminine, she's just doing what she needs to do. She's happy with her choices and her decisions. Okay. It's more about the masculine here. So there's a strong energy here through Scorpio that the Divine Feminine here is very happy. Let's have a look at the affirmator. Impermanence. So we can take this this ship, and this is what the Divine Feminine has adjusted to, impermanence. And yeah, this masculine's got a fish in his heart. Oh, he's fishing for information, Divine Feminine. I felt the urge, it was like this feminine's happy, but she's solitude. There is no other partnership here. She is the Queen of Cups. So it's like she is Mrs. Love. If we say that, she's looking for Mr. Love. That was my deputy head's name at my junior school, Mr. Love. Okay. The headmaster was Mr. Long. Mr. Love, Mr. Long. I was Little Miss Naughty. Oh dear. Okay. And I felt like he's fishing around for information. Are you happy, Divine Feminine? Yes. And it's like he wants to know why you're so happy. Because I found inner contentment. He's fishing around for information because he might feel that you're feeling quite happy because you've been paired up. Anyway, impermanence. Life is always changing and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. And I feel because you hold yourself so well, he wouldn't know. Because it's like you've been through so much that you've managed to handle and deal with without making a big spectacle out of it, that anything's possible with you for your life to change and for it not to be noticeable to the public. Okay. So as I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. And as I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. Got some origami going here. He's got his little boat, little paper boat here. It's just about to hit the waves. Okay. So I feel like there's something here that actually Scorpio needs to, he wants to do some fishing around. Okay, Sagittarius. Justice, Star, the Hangman. Again, Divine Feminines. I was taken to the Archer of Sagittarius. The Archer. Oh, that took me to Archer's Peach Snaps. Divine Feminine, you're balanced. You got the star energy. Okay. And it's like you know what you're doing as well. That's a good place to come from, isn't it? When you know what you're doing. You're not like wanting someone to come into your life to direct you. You have your own direction. It's more the energy of wanting to share your life with another, but you know what you're doing. That's good, because that's not a codependent energy, is it? Does the Divine Masculine know what he's doing? So but the Archer energy took me to like Cupid's arrow. Okay. And the horse. Think about it, the horse with the man. Okay. What's he doing here? So it feels, is he the trunk? He's always on the trunk. Look. So I feel like he feels as if he's always lagging behind, like as if you're pulling him, Divine Feminine, And it's like he actually wants to take the lead. So don't be surprised, you know, when you feel this energy shift where you feel yourself being pulled. It's like the divine masculine's become extremely strong. Okay. And he's having a think now. He's like, I don't really want to always be on the, like, in the trunk. Maybe he wants to be the driver. Okay. Rather than in, like, the luggage compartments. I feel like he's been dragged along for this ride, and now he's going to be taking his aim. His aim at what? I feel stardom. His aim at love. He's going to take his shot at love. Again, not really looking at each other. You guys have an issue with, like, eye contact. Okay. Let's have a look at the affirmator. Ideal partnership. I am a rare and precious find. Now, when I said you guys have an issue with eye contact, because I think now, when you actually really do get to stare into each other's eyes after this transformation, it's all going to be evident. Okay, so you know that as soon as your eyes kind of lock, there's no going back. There's no going back anyway. It's just waiting for that point for you to both turn around and be able to look each other in the eyes. It says here, I am a rare and freshman. I'm a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I'm paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. Okay. Well, that's leading me to Rumi, isn't it? Should we see what the next message is? Can you see that you're both really talking the same talk? Feel like you're walking the same walk as well. But it's like, are you going to walk this path together? I don't feel you have any choice. It's either a push or a pull. That's occurring. Look, he's down on his knee. Is it going to be a bit cheesy? No, it's going to be really mature. Seriously, I think you're going to be knocked off your feet when you see how much your divine masculine has transformed. He's got a little script here. He's been preparing. Look, it's going to be written all over him. Okay. He's got your hand. Ups and downs. There's 3 cards. Okay. Ideal partnership. Well, we can put this, there you go, with the Justice card. All in the hands of the divine. It's the energy of it would be a real big shame if, like, the two of you do not get paired up. Not just for each other, the shame, but also for the world. It's what you bring to the world. Now, I feel like this frog, he's been plugged into something different. Okay, and I feel like he's pulled himself out. Okay, because he's got like a cord attached to him. So it's like he's plugged himself out. I feel like, I'm not sure, this is a disconnecting, I feel like, in the past of wanting to pull away and pull out the plug, like the connection to each other. But this is a total change of attitude now. It's like, because you're so balanced, Divine Feminine, with the impermanence coming out, you've got ups and downs now. And it says, I see life as an incredible ride and I'm lucky to be on it. Now, this is coming on with the Divine Masculine actually accepting this. An acceptance of this is his path. Okay, and not begrudging it or not begrudgingly accepting it. That doesn't work. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. And if you don't want to do something, don't do it. Rule number 1, don't do anything that you don't want to do. So I see life as an incredible ride and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what makes things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story. Interesting. This could be the Divine Masculine knowing that he's kind of adopted this this love now, and it might come across as being a bit cheesy, making you want to puke. People say that, don't they? Ugh. And it's like, no, love's not ugh, or love's divine. And then we've got Sanctuary. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip, or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath, or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, I'm waiting for you with open arms. It's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favourite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. We've got a bit of Aretha Franklin and George Michael coming through. I knew you were waiting. I knew you were waiting for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is what he's looking at, retreating. It feels like a trip. A trip to a bath, maybe, I don't know, I felt the energy of a holiday maybe. Just pick your favourite sanctuary and unplug for a bit. And I felt like he's unplugged from something. This could actually be the Divine Masculine maybe takes like a break, just so that he can actually maybe pull away just from being so connected to the Divine Feminine's energy that he realises that it just is. There just is this connection. Okay, so that's with Sagittarius. Let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn. Divine Masculine, you have a decision to make whether or not the penny's dropped. You have to decide whether or not the penny's dropped. It's like, do you get it? Or are you just acting what? I don't know. I don't want to use any words that might offend you. So you even have to be like, even if I said, are you acting like STUPID? It's like I've ID'd you as being like stupid. That's not what I'm saying. These are just words that we throw out. It's like, don't be so stupid. It's like, I'm not calling you stupid, am I? Or don't be so silly, what you're calling me silly. It's a very sensitive energy here. 7 of Cups when it comes to the devil. Immaturity. You're going to take offence from like a word. What if I called you an idiot? Or if I called you stupid? Or I called you silly? Or I called you a dick? I mean, masculines can get really offended. It's something to do with their childhood trauma. It triggers something with them, like a word. Like arsehole. Seriously. These words trigger. And they're not used to trigger. They're just part of what it seems to be our humour. Should we say that? Banter. Anyway. 7 of Cups. Decision time. For the masculine here. They're recommending that you choose love. Okay, the penny drops, offer peace, and then we have the masculine here. As the Divine Masculine, as the Emperor, all tied in knots here, although it looks like you've unravelled them. That's why it was like, has the penny dropped? Have you made the decision that you actually are clear now? Feels like the crown's actually sinking more and more in your head. So it's like you keep going, I feel like you keep rehearsing something. What is it you're rehearsing? It's like a play. To be or not to be? Romeo, Romeo. I mean, are we going down like the Shakespeare route here? They're all kind of like tragic, aren't they? Most of them, I think. Maybe don't like study Shakespeare at the moment. Ace of Cups, because the snake has got itself coiled around your cup here. Okay, so Capricorn, devil energy, get into the masculine. That crown sinking more on your head. It's like, even with the victory kind of crown here, the wreath, the arrows are pointing that, I'm not sure, I feel like you keep going over reflecting on something, seeing as it's 12:21, and then just flicked to 12:22. But I saw it. It's like you're reflecting on something, but you're making out that you're not. You're acting as if you're, what would the word be? Ignorant? Is that the right word to use? Ignorance. Okay, well, let's have a look at what the affirmators want to say for Capricorn. It's interesting because I actually feel like it's a bit of a joke, like you're blowing bubbles or something on love. I'm not really sure what you're doing here. But I feel like you're taking it all a bit too lightly. Okay, so laughing about it. And it's choking the life out of you. Okay, you've untangled the knots here. It says everyone's a teacher. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher. Don't shout at me, will you? Because I might trigger you with the words. They use it, not me. But this is a perfect example of what I was saying about you getting triggered by words. What's that birdie saying? So it might be something about changing your language. Same with the Divine Feminine. If you know that there's words that maybe trigger your Divine Masculine, then try to like get them out of your vocabulary. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call a-holes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today I'm thanking the a-holes. Excuse me. Thank you, a-holes, for playing your part in making me a better person. So, triggers. That's all triggers do. They trigger you to recognise that there's discord within you. Okay, you're triggered by words. I mean, that's words. We say we don't allow words to affect us, and we do. Okay, so everyone's a teacher. Right, let's pop that away then. So you don't need to think too much about it, Divine Feminine, but if you do know that something obviously triggers your masculine and this is kind of the situation where they've healed from that. So just try not to go back over old territory. Keep going back over it. Okay, let's have a look at Aquarius. We've got the Two of Swords happening to the feminine's intuition. Okay, Divine Feminines, this is very much, you are solo here. Okay, you're going through this transition alone. And it's victorious. Should I just say that? What's with this cord that's going straight across her here? I know it's outlining the sleeve of her arm here, but it feels like it's a missing jigsaw puzzle. And the puzzle piece would just slot in. It feels like the yin yang. Divine Feminine, there you go. Look, you're going through the transition. You're nearly out of it. Five of Pentacles. What do you go to? Celebrating. As Divine Feminine's collected. Three of Cups. You made it. Look, you're on your tippy toes. Okay. It's like you're twirling around like a ballerina. Feels like the energy of Rumi with the whirling goddess. Okay. And this has been achieved through the Divine Feminines as a collective. Well done, Divine Feminines. Feels like it's been a long, hard, cold journey. But you're out of that now. And you know you're coming out of it. The only way was up anyway, wasn't it? Okay. You got joy. To enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today I will add joy to everything, really slaver it on. Today I am the Orville Redenbacher of joy, and life's popcorn is about to get it. Look at these 3 bits of popcorn. When you're ready to pop, you can't stop. From a seed. Beautiful. Butter. That was with Aquarius. Pisces. Two of Cups, very nice. The Moon and Judgment. Let's have a look. Divine Feminine, you're already there. You're already out of your coffin of resurrection. Divine Masculine will be joining you shortly. It's taken them to be Mr. Short. It's going to be short and sweet. Loads of butter on it. Okay. I was going to say smarmed in butter. It's going to have you popping, Divine Feminine. Bopping and popping. I'm taking again to the strand here, to the thread. I feel like it's ready, to for you to share with your Divine Masculine. But first he makes this offer. Okay, you have the cord here. Now the moon energy takes me to the Divine Masculine. And you, I want to say, speaking. One of you's got like a hairier chest than the other one. So I feel it's a male and female here. We have the intuition card come up with Aries, talking to each other. It's about direction. So it feels like you're talking during the day and the night time. Okay, about your plans. The call goes above your head, Divine Feminine. You're already there. If you can see, this is a coffin here. You're already awake. Now, this does look like I was going to say a praying energy, not a begging energy, but this is about you confirming to the divine, to the angels, that your heart is open and that you're ready for this to be sent in. Because you have to remember it's coming from behind you. It's right on your back, or it's right at your back. You're back to back with them. But there's a call that goes over your head. You just need to remain open. It feels like this here is the kind of the tipping of the Holy Grail that the divine has. Look, they're inside the Holy Grail cup here, blowing their trumpets. It's an angel from above. So they've heard your whisperings, your messages, your translations. Two of Cups. Very nice energy for Pisces. Okay. And I felt like the King of Cups was that energy. We're up here with the Divine Feminine talking. So have conversations with your Divine Masculines, and the manifestation will come through in the physical to prove to you that they're receiving your words, and it's like they're translating them and actually using them in written text. That's what I feel. Could be verbal. You might hear them verbally. But it feels like it's going to be like near on the exact words. I've been picking up on this. What did I say? That's the name of the game. And that's what it first said. I didn't look at the card. So it's kind of like you go over the words in your mind and, be surprised and in awe when your masculine actually reaches out with these exact words because he's read your mind. So what are your thoughts like? What are you talking about inside? Are you guiding the masculine on what to say? Okay. What he needs to say? Okay. Because I felt the energy again here about like do this, do that. And he's just gone into like solitude now, quietness, so that he can actually listen. What is it that you want? The Divine Masculine wants to make you happy, okay? But you're already happy. So how can he make you happy? What is it that you're actually wanting from him? Okay. Let's look at this card. Follow your heart. That's nice. I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust that the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes. And when it seems like it's taking too long to get to where I want, I know that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. Or maybe hear. Well, no, to see along the way, because you'll be hearing things. That will then be transmuted into physical reality as proof, evidence, the manifestation showing up. But when it was like, what do you want me to do? And when I said that's nice, and it was kind of like the Divine Feminine saying, I want you to be happy. I want you to follow your own heart. Do what you're drawn to do. Okay, rather than actually the divine feminine telling him. But in a way, it's like, that is the correct guidance to give the divine masculine. Do what your heart tells you to do. It doesn't mean that they might not still need some more deeper explanation or assistance with that you can talk over with them in your mind. Okay, because there's this energy of like still not getting it. It's like it needs to be like step by step for the masculines. But of course, they're not wanting, like the course isn't that they kind of go, I need you to direct me, divine feminine. They need to find their own way. Okay, but you can give them those suggestions, divine feminine. Follow your heart. Let's go over to the Emperor energy. Aries, you have the Queen of Wands, you have the World, you have the King of Swords, and then you have a message coming in. So the divine feminine, you're here. It's like your cat's watching out behind you. It looks like they're sitting in the cup here. Okay, very transparent. You can see right through this love, and this pussycat can. Keeping an eye out behind you. You're also sitting on a lot of knowledge and intuition to help others to grow very quickly. And also you have a passionate grip on things. You're on fire, divine feminine. I can take that top card. Now you actually can see this in your reflection because I'm getting the energy of a mirror here. Okay, so you're actually looking back and you know that you can do this. You're very aware. Now the energy come through is that you're very happy and helpful to others to assist them in all areas of their lives. But then there's some areas in your divine masculine's life that frustrates you personally, and that you would happily help another or celebrate another's achievements with them. But it's like, if it's not in alignment with what you're saying, divine feminine, it feels like you find it quite hard to celebrate for them. Okay. So I feel this energy of you're willing to help everyone, but you won't help your divine masculine with that matter. Okay. It's kind of the energy, a little bit of a stubborn energy of you saying, well, you can figure it out for yourself. They struggle figuring things out. Okay. So the King of Swords is here. Again, I'm seeing that, I'm just picking up on all these threads, these bits of string here. So the divine feminine, you have them. It's all attached to love as well. And then here, he has them as well. So he's kind of untangled himself. He's wanting to speak. And it's very much about, he wants to send a message. But which message does he send? It's like he doesn't know what approach to take. Hopefully Rumi. Take the guidance from Rumi, both counterparts, because it says about paraphrasing Rumi, maybe like your, what was it, perfect? Whereabouts was that? Ideal partnership. Perfect. Ideal. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she may be paraphrasing Rumi right now. After I've done Taurus, we'll have a look at the Rumi message, because I feel like both of you actually need direction, because it's like, what do you say to the divine masculine? You can't tell him what to do. You can guide him, but then you know that the masculines don't really like the idea of being guided, but they're wanting it. And I feel like both of you are like, well, I'm not really sure what to guide you with. What's the correct guidance for the divine masculine? So let's go to Rumi shortly. And I think we'll take the Rumi guidance for both. It's the ideal guidance for both of you for this partnership. Okay, personal growth. As I move towards greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they helped me to get to where I am. But now that I can ride, I don't need those slow and crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. Okay. It's a penny, I was going to call it a penny farthing. What's this bike called? Is it called a penny farthing? I think it might, but let's have a look. Find a penny, pick it up, all day long you'll have good luck. I put that in the comments yesterday on the live chat in the premiere, and we was out at the park. I showed you a little video of that as well. And as we was walking back, Jamie went, there's £1. It's like he found 100 pennies in one coin. He picked it up and I went to him, find a penny, pick it up, all day long you'll have good luck. Or find 100 pennies and pick them up, you're going to have a day of 100 times good luck. Seriously. So he picked it up and I went to him, say thank you, and you have to go. Thank you for all this abundance that I've received. Penny farthing. A penny farthing. Yeah. Ooh. We just got some images. Okay. There you go. Not just finding a penny, finding pounds. How about that? Let's finish the star signs with Taurus. Okay, the High Priestess wanted to go first with Taurus, but the Chariot's gone first. This is the Divine Masculine. This is interesting. The Feminine's looking here at the Masculine. He's facing the other way. She's actually facing him. Okay, the feminine aspect of the Sphinx here solves the riddle, the penny drops, and realises that if this Masculine just turns around, his feminine's already looking him straight in the eyes. She's already there. She hasn't got her back turned to him. Okay, the masculine side of things is still looking the opposite direction, wondering. And it's like, turn around. And I feel like the energy of the Fool, or the gesture, it's a gesture. Okay, the Divine Feminine, she sends out this gesture for you to turn around and to look at her. But he picks this up with his feminine energy. And like it's being transmuted here through the towel. It's like the infinity symbol there. It's so nearly closely knitted together. Okay. A bird of peace shooting right up to the masculine just to turn around and offer peace. Like she's got a crystal ball here. Okay. This is the Divine Feminine. She's on her own. She has her flame lit. It's like she ventures out into, I don't want to say the dark, it felt like the loneliness on her own. So she knows she's there for if the Divine Masculine does turn around. But it feels like in the meantime, she's standing her ground. Don't feel like she's fighting any battles. She's just lighting the way. She's pushing against these wands here. Okay. That's interesting because the Six of Wands is this card here and she's pushing against it. So I want to say maybe, I don't feel it's in a negative way. I feel like she's pushing against her victory. So she's pushing on forward. She's like pushing herself through this because the Divine Feminine's coming through the transition with the, wherever it is, the Five of Pentacles moving through the transition. And here she is, but it's like she's on this golden path here. But she's looking straight ahead, so she's actually looking above the challenges. She's not even seeing them. It's just this flame here is lighting her way. Okay, let's get you a affirmator, and then we'll end with a Rumi. Clarity. Stopping to listen to my inner self. And this is the transmutation of messages from the High Priestess here to the Chariot. The Chariot's a major arcana, so is the High Priestess. Messages, like received through the air, for you to turn around. It's like, oh, let's turn around and have a stare. Okay. Feels like the masculine here, he feels like he's pushing against that. Is he? The feminine here, she's just pushing on forwards. So stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar, And the mental chatter is a confusing bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage or compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. This mental chatter is organic. It's coming from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. If it sounds sweet, okay, that's the divine feminine talking. The divine feminine's focusing on her flame here. Okay. If the mental chatter is confusing, she's not confused. If it's a confusing bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage. Okay. So that's the negative thoughts. And the feminine's not even focusing on them. She's just looking towards, it feels like the future, the flame. I think we can leave it there. I think so. Right, let's finish off with Rumi then. So I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she may be paraphrasing Rumi right now. It was like a hum, but was that a car engine? Like, Well, let's have a look at what Rumi wants to say. It's 12:44, and we have the Cloak of Christ, and we've got Sacred Convergence, card number 11. Let's read about the Cloak of Christ. Maybe we'll have a look at this one. It's the underlying energy. I think we'll read the first part of this. Card number 4, it's for the Emperor. And then 11 is part of the half of this connection. Okay, well, we'll see how far we get with card number 4. I surge on the uprising wave of love. It says, in the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Okay. This is for you, divine masculine. In the sacred school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Rumi. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul, that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely without condition now. Interesting, I felt like it was talking to you then, divine feminine. Take it as you may. The compassion born out of our own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. So what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. Let's read this Sacred Convergence. Roaming about town, the master was holding a light, saying, I am weary of the demons and the beasts. A human is what I am longing for. The human cannot be found, we have searched. What cannot be found is what I am longing for. Although poor and needy, I will not accept small pieces of ruby. The mine of the finest rubies is what I am longing for. One hand holding a cup of wine, and the other the curls of the beloved. A dance like this in the middle of the circle is what I am longing for. How I have longed for you, my very own. Look no further, for the family beyond your family, the relationship beyond all other relationships, the great love that unveils all other loves, to be mere reflections of the one great and true love, is here for you now. It is I who has sought you through the stirrings of your own heart. Yes, 'twas I hidden beneath every secret, yearning for something more, something full, something special, something all-encompassing. Behind every yearning always I have hidden. Now I show myself to you, that you may become so filled with the same passionate devotion that I hold for you, that your mind will fall away, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of love, tossed into the ocean of silent, unending bliss. Come to me. We are to be one now, in sacred convergence of silent, eternal passion. I did say this message was for both of you. I've got goosebumps. We're out of coffee. Sacred convergence indicates the coming together of souls in alignment with a greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There is an aspect of joining together for a common purpose, although that purpose may not be immediately obvious at a level of day-to-day consciousness. That common soul purpose may be to lift each other into greater love and self-belief, to shed fear and open the heart. I know I said it, I don't know what that was, open the heart. And open the heart. Filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its personal passionate purpose. You'll have a sense when this process is happening, there will be a coming together of you with like-minded souls who hail from all walks of life, and yet together, through some invisible genius, you will help each other. You may simply be dancing in the same room, or singing in a group, attending a class or workshop, or just visiting the same beach or parkland, but at that moment there will be a sense of something coherent and nourishing happening at a far greater level. The trickle-down effect into your personal life will be felt too. You'll have more energy after spending time with these people, even if you don't interact very much on a personal level beyond being in the same space. You'll feel empowered to step forward on your path and love yourself with less conditions. You'll become freer to shed your fears, let go of relationships based in fear and judgment, and open up to those more loving, responsive and inspiring to continue on your personal journey and in increasingly profound ways. This oracle has come to you because you are part of a greater sacred convergence happening now. Perhaps you have already sensed its progression, or perhaps it will not be obvious to you, but the effect, whether obvious or subtle, will be important to your soul development and divine awakening. You're being asked to drop defences and barriers towards groups of people that feel good for you. However, those that dampen your spirits or drag you down are to be dispensed with, no matter what games of blame or manipulation they may play to keep you coming back for more. No, that shall not do for your soul growth now. Just step away. Turn towards those connections that feel nourishing to your soul and learn to share yourself without fear. Just be. You do not have to force the planets to spin, nor the great cycles of the soul to happen. All that is required is that you show up for what is offered to you now. Do your part. Take your steps. Dance, sing and be, and allow the gifts of sacred connection to change your world, for this is the spiritual gift presented to you now. This oracle comes with a special message Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based in the ego world of power games, sabotage, manipulation and fear. Perhaps you have already begun this process, or even shed so many you are fearing. You're shedding so many. Where's my place gone? Come back. Perhaps you have already begun this process, or even shed so many you are facing you might have over-pruned to be left with nothing and no one. Do not fear, feisty angel of love. Your truth is prevailing. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love. Whilst you learn to sustain that vibration within you until it cannot be rattled by any crisis or demand, you are wise to place yourself in more nourishing connections. If you want a plant to grow, why not give it the best soil and conditions in which to do so? Certainly the plant of love can and will grow in the most inhospitable conditions, but it can be rather more joyful to grow in gentler, more nourishing conditions if possible. This oracle comes to you with guidance that the possibility for more joyful relationships and growth of love within is in your power. You can choose each day, each moment. Just make a choice. Trust yourself, your discernment and your intuition, and choose. You do not owe anyone anything. Repeat this law of karma. You only owe love the chance to grow. Repeat this law of karma. You only owe love the chance to grow. So let that be your guiding principle now as you release the old and trust that even if your garden of relationship becomes sparse for a while, you've been cutting back unhealthy plants to allow for new life to flourish. It's only a matter of timing for the season of new life and growth to come again. And so it shall, bringing with it sacred convergence of souls on the path of love, your soul tribe, your soul family, and your new tribe of those journeying upon the path of love. Beautiful. Have yourself a fantastic day, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Take care, much love. Bye for now.